Hi everyone! Dexter really wanted a Minecraft slime cake, so that's what I'm going to try to make. You'll need a few ingredients for the fondant. A whole bag of mini marshmallows. You'll need some powdered sugar. You're going to need some oil for your workspace and for your hands. You're going to need some flavoring. This is optional. Take all your marshmallows, put them in the bowl. You're going to add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of water. This is about the time where I realize this bowl is way too small. That's better. Add your water and pop that in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Stir it up and try not to spill like I did. I'm going to show you the consistency of my marshmallows because they're not melted enough. So if yours look like this, just pop them in the microwave for another 30 seconds. After you get them to a good melty consistency, start adding your sugar. You're going to need about 5 cups of sugar altogether. There's a lot of sugar involved. At first, just add a little bit at a time. Add about 1.25 cups. And I dropped my spoon, and that's just the beginning of this mess. This is the messiest thing I've ever made, but it was so much fun. So stir that up pretty good. It's still gonna be really liquidy. Add a little bit more sugar. Then after you blend that up, you're gonna wanna oil your workspace really good. This is an incredibly sticky craft. You're going to want oil so it doesn't stick to your countertops, and you're going to want to oil up your fingers really good too, because you're going to get in there with your hands and you're going to knead it. You're going to knead it for about 7 minutes, and you are going to want really oily hands so that it doesn't just stick to you. See, I'm going to show you, like that came right off because I put oil on my hands. So when you're kneading it, you add the sugar like a little bit at a time. I added about 1 cup at a time. And here I'm also adding my vanilla extract, about 1/2 teaspoon, and my green food coloring, because this is a Minecraft slime, so we need this fondant to be green. I think I ended up using that entire tube throughout this. I used the I used the food coloring for the frosting, the fondant, and the cake, even though the cake didn't turn out very green. I just made a cake from a box mix, and put it in a 13x9 pan. And as you can see, this is fun, but oh my goodness, is it sticky. Seriously sticky, so do not wear nice clothes. And I know a lot of people are gonna say something about my hair being down. I know I should have worn my hair up, but you know what? I honestly didn't know if this was gonna work out. I bought 4 bags of marshmallows because I wasn't sure how many tries I was gonna need to do. So that's you can see the consistency is starting to change. It's getting, oh, I got some on my shirt, gross. It's getting a little more thicker, a little more kind of ribbon-like, kind of like taffy almost gets in a way. I actually ended up losing a lot of fondant in this process. Gross. All right, so after you knead it for about 7 minutes, you will powder up your workspace really good, and then you're going to roll it out. Unfortunately, I am nowhere near the consistency that you want it to be when you roll it out. Mine was not ready. I needed way more sugar. You're going to see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't roll at all. It just sticks to the rolling pin because it's not ready. It needed more sugar, and it needed to be kneaded for way longer. And you know what? I just keep thinking, you know what? Yeah, I can fix this. But do you think I fixed it? No, I didn't fix it. I added more sugar in an attempt to get it off of the rolling pin, but it did not work. It did help, but it did not work like I wanted it to. And this is the mess that I ended up with. Yeah, like I said, I lost a lot of fondant. So anyway, I eventually got it to a good consistency. Oh no, Right there it rolled up a little bit, but as you can see, a lot less is rolling up than, you know, before. The entire thing was sticking to the rolling pin. Now it's just a little bit, so it's getting better. I eventually got it to the consistency I needed it to be, but this would have been so much easier if I had just used my KitchenAid mixer, honestly. Like, I should have just done that from the get-go. Here comes Dexter. He wanted to see what was going on. He's just watching me roll it out, and then he's asking me if he can help too. So I had 2 different fondants. I just took a little bit of one of the, like a tiny little bit out of both. Like, I'm sorry. And I added more green food coloring to the other one. I also added green food coloring to this frosting, which I'm going to show you right now. Which the frosting had absolutely no purpose other than, like, you can't see the frosting unless you cut the cake open. So while you're eating it, I guess, I don't know. I just was being extra. So it took me a while, but I had to add a bit of food coloring, kind of play with it. Okay, so there's one layer. But yeah, you need to play with your food coloring a little bit to see like exactly what you want it to be. So I had frosted the first layer, and then I put a second layer on, and I frosted the second layer, and I'm laughing because it looks awful. It's terrible. Like, I don't think I'd ever frosted a cake so badly in my life. It was falling apart. It was awful. And here I had all the fondant all rolled out, but then it stuck to the counter. So I had to redo it. And here is Dexter rolling out a smaller piece of fondant that we're going to use for the eyes and the mouth of the cute little slime. And he is doing a great job. Honestly, his worked out way better than mine. He's a pretty good baker. He helps me in the kitchen all the time. Okay, so here we have our 2 different color, the light green fondant on the left and the dark green fondant on the right. The light green is much bigger because we're gonna need more of that. And here I am placing it on my completely not square cake. But I actually got it to a great consistency, and it was really easy to work with after I added enough sugar. I had never worked with fondant before, so I did have some creases in there. And also my cake, like I said, wasn't very square. So I did just kind of squish it, kind of smack it on the sides and on the top to get it into kind of a square shape. It honestly worked not too bad. And then after, you kind of want to shape your fondant to your cake and then cut off the excess sides like I'm doing right here. I'm really sorry about this lighting, you guys. Like, I tried so hard to adjust it, but it's just so bright. So here I am just kind of squishing it back into shape a little bit. Like I said, I don't really know what to do with those creases. This is the first time I've ever worked with fondant. So I not only made the fondant for the first time, but this is the first time ever using that on a cake. Yeah, that's not very square, so I'm going to try to fix that a little bit. Kind of slap it around. Hey, that kind of worked pretty good, so we'll go with that. All right, now we're going to take our darker green fondant and we are going to cut out a couple squares. The little slime only has 3 little squares on his face. He's got 2 square eyes that are the same size and then a smaller little square mouth. So I'm just freehanding the squares. I mean, they don't have to be very big, so I'm not worried about them being perfect. I'm kind of measuring, and I realize that one's too big, so I'm going to cut these into quarters. And now I am going to measure that, and it fits just fine for the eyeballs. So I have 2 sizes, 2 perfect sized ones for the eyeball. And now I am just going to cut them into quarters again, so that I can use them for the mouth. And to adhere these to the cake, you just kind of want to like get it wet. I just took a little water on my fingertip, stuck it on there. It was really easy. It didn't give me any issues. There's so much sugar in these things that if you add a little bit of water, it's like glue. Now I'm just finishing up by putting on the cute little mouth. And at this point, I was so happy because I couldn't believe that I had made it this far. I didn't think I was gonna make a cake. And there it is, isn't it cute? Yeah, it's not perfect, but it is so cute. And here I'm gonna show Dexter. And he said, I loved it so much. And he was really happy with it. Even though it wasn't perfect, he was so happy. He thought it looked like a slime. And he was really excited to try making one again. So I would say it was a success. Thanks for joining us. I hope you try to make a slime cake of your own. And if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.